Hey everyone, it's Alison Heikkila. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to play with the BetterPress of the month for April 2025 and probably some of the other club kits for this month, but I'm not really sure which yet. I just want to kind of start with the BetterPress. So this is really cool because you've got this text and this like stamped edge, but they're separate pieces, so you don't have to use them together if you don't want to. And then there are 3 sentiments that come along with it. So this is just a really cool BetterPress set that can be used for lots and lots of things. But before we get to that, I kind of want to play. I say this all the time. Experimentation is so important when you're doing any type of craft, any type of art. I see that a lot of people ask questions on Facebook and Instagram all the time, mostly Facebook. Can I use this ink with this paper? Can I do this with that? Can I mix these 2 things together? And I just want to say to all of them, just try. Maybe you'll come up with something new. Maybe you'll find something out. Even if it doesn't work, you can deduce the reasons why and figure out how to make it work, or figure out what you can change to make it work. Or maybe you'll just have a happy accident and something amazing will happen. I know that sometimes it's easier to just ask a question than to experiment, but I find that the people that experiment get so much more out of their hobby or their art or their craft than those that don't. So we're going to play. This might be a big fail. I don't know. But this is the cotton cardstock that I used, that I use for most of my better pressing. I do have some of the Spellbinders, but this is by Cranes. I'll have it linked in the description box below. The price point is really great, and they all come pre-cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is the size of an A2 sized card front. I tend to cut mine down, but you don't have to. So depending on the BetterPress that I'm using, sometimes I cut them down. I'm not going to do that right now. Maybe we'll do it later, but I have Distressed Spray Stain in Saltwater, Taffy, and Speckled Egg. I haven't used these colors together in a while, and I just want to see what happens with this cotton cardstock. Like I said, it might be a hot mess. I've also got some water, but I just want to see kind of what happens here. Maybe it'll look awesome. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I just want to experiment. I think experimentation is so important when you're creating. You can't always rely on other people's experiences, and it's so much more fun to kind of just play than just rely on somebody's written answer. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I prefer to play. You know, maybe you've tried something and you could say, hey, I had this experience with such and such. Did anybody else? And that could be useful because at least you gave the attempt, and maybe you're just not sure if your results were the same as other people's results. But overall, I would rather just do it myself. This is cool. That's actually soaking up nicely. And as I fling it across my table, let's get this color to move a little bit. I think that's going to be nice. Should I get a little speckled egg up here? Maybe. Just a bit. And you can see that texture coming out too. The cotton cardstock has such a nice texture. Dip that in a little bit. All right. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. That's a successful experiment. Let's see what happens when it dries. The color's going to dull out a bit, but I think it's going to look good. So there's our panel, and I think it looks really nice. Now, I could go and add a ton more layers to this, it seems, but I kind of just want to leave it kind of this dreamy look that it's got going, because I really want the focus to be on the BetterPress. But I think that's definitely a successful experiment. I will say it takes a very long time for this to dry. It's really thick, and even this is not totally dry, but it's good enough. So you got to be patient with it. Use a heat tool or just let it sit for a long time and it'll eventually dry. But I'm very happy with how this worked out. Okay, so now we need our BetterPress. Got my BetterPress here. If you have not used a BetterPress before or seen it in action, I have a playlist for the BetterPress. I highly encourage you to check that out because I discuss not only how to use it, but the reasons why you might want one. So definitely check that out if you are interested in learning more. So I'm going to start off with taking this out. All right, we've got this main plate here. Let's see. How big is that going to be? Oh, that's going to be nice. Look at that. It's going to go perfectly on this panel. So we're not going to be cutting this down at all. So we're going to put this, you've got your A2 margins here. We're going to put this so that it lines up well. And here's a cool trick. If you have a magnetic glass mat like I do, mine is from Glassboard Studios, grab one of your magnets that you use with the mat and you can pick these up easily and move them again. Sometimes, not necessarily this one in particular, but some of the full like cover plate sized press plates can be a little tricky to move around. So using a magnet is really helpful. Okay, so we've got that there. Of course, I've got to use this fabulous text. And we're going to place that here. Get that sort of lined up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Do we want it in 2 different colors? Oh, maybe we do. I think I do. Let's take this off for now. Let's wait on that. Let's do this first. I'm going to, because it's going to take up so much of the space and it comes so close to the edge, I'm going to just make a quick loop of tape. Put it here. And then I'm going to adhere this to that, because I don't want the tape to get in the way of the design. So let's just double check before we add ink. Make sure that that looks good. I think it does. And now I think we're going to go with my favorite color of VersaFine Clair next to Nocturne, and that's Twilight. This is going to look so good with those colors. So we're going to just ink this up really well. Don't worry about ink getting onto your gray piece. You can see mine is quite loved and used. I just shifted that a little bit. Okay. All right, and now I'm going to take this, put it on top, and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. I do not like to use my Sizzix switch for the BetterPress. I much prefer to use my regular crank Big Shot. I find that the switch machine just has too much pressure for working with this. So you could take out some of the shims, but I don't like to be bothered doing that. I just use my old crank Big Shot machine. So I'm going to go and do that. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh, look at that. It's a little off. I can always trim this down a bit if I want to, but I'm not really too concerned about it. But that looks so good. Can you see the impression? That indentation? So nice. Okay, so we're going to clean this up and move on to the central piece. I've got my next plate set up, and I decided to use Chianti for the next part. I think that this is going to look really cool. You could do it all in one color, but I figure I've got so many colors of ink, why not? Let's just play with color. Okay. I have not taken the paper off of this piece yet either, so just keep that in mind. So now I'm going to run this through again. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? So it's up a little high. That's fine because I'm going to wind up putting something here. Maybe tulips, maybe the little snail. I'm not really sure yet, but that looks really great. You can really see how that is pressed in right there. Oh, I tell you, I am so pleased that I invested in this BetterPress. This was not something that was given to me. I purchased it myself with my own money, and I'm so glad that I did, because getting results like this from a regular stamp is like not even an option. This is just gorgeous. I went through the other club kits for the month, and I decided that I was going to go with the envelopes in the small die of the month and the large die of the month. So these dies and die cuts are from the small die of the month. And then these pieces here are from the large die of the month. We're not going to use these little circles. These are like for eyeballs for the snail. We don't need those. I already cut the envelopes out of white and the heart, as you can see. And now I need to cut the rest of these. I'm going to use white cardstock, but we're going to ink it first. And I'm going to add a little bit of spray stain to this heart so that when we put it onto the envelope here, it'll be colored. So I was going to use my ink pad, but I already have the stain out, so I can just kind of boop, touch that to it. And yes, it's getting on my fingers, but that's okay, because it's done now. All done. Perfectly coordinated. Okay, now we need to make sure that we don't lose that. Let me move this stuff off to the side. So we need to do our tulips. So this is the back layer and this is the front layer. The back layer I'm going to do in Candied Apple. So I'm going to just take this ink pad. This is way more than I need, but that's okay. And that's going to go onto there. The next layer is going to be Abandoned Coral. These work so nicely with Saltwater Taffy. Okay, and then we're going to do Rustic Wilderness for the foliage. And I don't need it to be perfectly solid. It's okay if it is, but I don't need it to be that way. And then I might wind up using some of the excess of the Candied Apple for the little faux wax seal, because I think that'll be really cute, and I already have this much ink, so let's do that. So now I'm going to take this and this and this. Lastly, this. I'm going to tape all of these pieces down. If I can find, here it is, my tape. Tape this down here. Now, this tape doesn't really like anything that's wet, so it's not going to stick perfectly, but it'll be fine. I've got my magnetic mat with my cutting plates, and it'll be okay. Here are all of my pieces, and now they just need to get glued together, so we can make quick work of this. If you have like one of those wax pickup sticks, you can use that if you want to. You can use tweezers, whatever you're comfortable with. I feel like these pieces here are big enough where I don't necessarily need them. I say that as I drop a tulip, but that's okay. And then the last one, need a little bit more glue here because I'm working too slow. And that's the third. And now I'll put these three pieces on top. Here's the last one. Cute. Okay. Now I can put a little bit of glue on the faux wax seal. That's going to just get placed like this. This is just the cutest. Oh my gosh. I love that. And now we can add our hearts. And I saved the little red heart from the interior of the seal. I think we're going to use that too, because why waste it? It's an adorable little heart. Little fiddly, but I think that that's really cute. How sweet is that? I love it. Okay, let's move on. So my thought was we could do this, We could do this, and then we could do this. Do I like it there? Maybe, maybe not. Do I want to have it like this? Oh, I think I like that better. Maybe on top. I think I like that the best. So you have to play. That is very cute. See, I feel like if I have it up too high, it's just not connected anymore. And we want a visual triangle here. Yeah, I think I like it like that. That's the way to go. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of my magnets and hold those in place. I'm going to pop this guy out and add some glue to the back. And then slide it back in. Now I can use my magnet to hold that in place. And then, do I want to pop this up? No, I don't think I do. I was going to, but I think that they'll be a little too delicate. Get another magnet, hold this in place. I'm going to trim off the bottom of the stem because we don't need it to be this long. And now we'll glue this part. And then we'll do our other envelope. Now again, I want to have that right on top of that envelope. It makes more of a connection, visual and physical. And now we can use our magnets to weigh these down like so, and then move on to attaching it to our card base. All right. Now again, this panel is pre-cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's just going to fit right on top. I do think that we need a little bit of glitz though. We're going to have to add some sequence to that. So I'm going to glue this panel down and grab some card bling. After careful consideration, I opted to go with Luminous White card bling from A Colorful Life Designs. And I added a few of them here and there. I've got 3 on one side and 2 on the other. And now I'm just setting myself up to apply them. I've already got my Barely Art glue out, so I'm just using that today. Usually I use On Point glue, but we're just going with this one today. I've got my pokey tool in my right hand with my glue and my jewel picker in my left hand. And that just helps me get everything done nice and quick without much fuss. Last one. And there we go. That looks so cute. What a fun little card. I am really liking these colors together. I'm so happy that my little experiment with my distressed spray stains worked out. I love our little seals on our envelope. Super cute. And that's it for me today, everybody. I hope you liked this video. I hope you got some new ideas. Don't be afraid to experiment, whether it's with the BetterPress or cotton cardstock or any of your supplies. Just play and have a good time. You might learn something new and have a really good time doing it. That's it for me today. I will be back another time with another video. Be well, stay safe. Peace out.